All right, man. Y'all already know the vibes. NBA community. Y'all know how we rocking, how we coming tonight, man. Welcome back, y'all, to the Best of Seven Sports Talk. I'm Seven Mitchell, man. Big up again to the NBA community. Y'all see who I got with me. I got the big homie from Sports Gang Vision. I got the big dog Hank joining me tonight again. Hank, what's happening, brother?
Oh man, nothing much. Enjoying these sports going on. Everything popping. Everything's popping.
Everything is damn popping on a Sunday night. We got the Lakers versus Milwaukee. The first time we get to see Dame and Giannis, and they are in Lakerland. And you know I'm excited. Right now, the Lakers are down 56-53 at the half. But I'm just excited about the game of basketball. How you feeling though, family?
Oh, feeling good. Feeling good. How about yourself?
Man, you know me, bro. I'm always trying to get it in when it comes to this thing we love called basketball.
Oh
So
yeah.
we just playing our part. Now, we just went live last night. Shout out to our brother BA from Get Your Bars Up Media. We was chopping it up last night, and you and I kind of conversated briefly after the show based off of something that he dropped. And it was a real interesting segment that I wanted to start the show off with you, Hank. And let's get into the topic of what is it, mainstream media towards content creators, or what was the angle really when it came to the content creator and who was coming at the content creator?
Well, it's really I think it's a little bit of both. It's mainstream and um I guess Draymond coined it new media. So
Okay.
it's like the athletes um coming into
So it's
the
like new media versus content creators,
and new media versus
mainstream
traditional
media.
media.
Right.
They
Because
going
see,
at
I
it.
thought that I thought that content creators and the new media, the Draymonds, the Gilbert Arenas, the Kwame Browns, or what have you, I thought we would have kind of combined each other in a sense. But okay, so now we have three entities of media outlets in sports. Okay, I'm good with it. I'm good
Correct.
with it.
Correct. So I've been following it for a while. I listen to a lot of sports talk, watch a lot of games, but
Right.
especially like where I'm work when I work, I listen to the podcast, listen to all these guys talk, including people like Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, and even Draymond or JJ Redick, and the rhetoric that you hear from all of them really. Besides, not I wouldn't put Shannon in that boat, but all of them kind of go at the content creators as if we don't have a voice. We shouldn't be able to speak on the game, whatever it is. Especially we're talking basketball, so basketball, especially they feel we don't have the knowledge, the expertise to be able to break down the game in a professional or fluid manner as if especially with the athletes or
But
even
are
with
you surprised? Because like
not
they've
really.
always had that handle and that angle when it came to the mainstream media. If you did not play the sport, you should not be able to criticize a professional athlete at said sport. Like that's always been the narrative and the storyline. So, I'm really not surprised, that they're taking that approach. The reason why I felt like content creators and the new media, quote unquote, went hand in hand is because I felt like the new media, even though you're going to get a bunch of views because your players, active or former players, you already got a fan base, but it's not easy creating this content on a day in, day out basis. And I felt like I thought the players would gain a level of respect for some of the YouTubers and the other content creators because it's a whole different monster that, you're tackling. But in essence, you're telling me they kind of put us in the same boat as the Skip Baylesses, this, that, and the third. If we have not played the game of basketball, we really should not be judging or criticizing. And of course, that's bogus, but
It's
I'm not
bogus.
surprised.
It's bogus. It's quite a few, and I know I'm missing some. I'm gonna have to pull up. I save videos when they talk trash. I was saving them. Like I'm gonna have to go through my files.
That's
But
crazy,
I
though.
know just off the top of the head, I know Draymond has said something about it. I know KD. I know JJ Redick. I know with this whole topic that we're talking about right now is from our buddy BA dropped it in our chat
Right.
about Gilbert Arenas and Dreamers Pro. Dreamers Pro is a content creator who does NBA mainly, but he does sports talk as well. And I followed him before, so it was very interesting when he dropped it in there. I'm like, whoa, Gilbert going at Dreamers Pro.
You know, that's
So
Rashid. That's Rashid's arch enemy.
really,
Yeah, my
oh,
guy Rashid White that's in our group chat, Sports to the Wire, man. Him and Dreamers Pro, man.
ooh, so
He makes
maybe that's who.
content. He makes content on Dreamers Pro like every day, and he tagged Dreamers Pro name in all his titles. Like he don't play no games because Dreamers Pro be taking shots at Rashid, but he won't mention Rashid White's name in his videos because
I'm
Rashid got a
saying,
smaller platform. But whenever you see Charles, that's who's Dreamer Pro is. Whenever you see Charles talking about the Brooklyn Nets or Ben Simmons, and if he ever references somebody who doesn't know sports talking crazy to him, he talk about Rashid White, bro. That shit is crazy.
oh man, he's
Mhm.
saying a name in this Gilbert stuff. He did 2 videos. Gilbert did 2. He did 2. I think about each other, and he's mentioned a name. He gave him a fake name, so
Okay,
maybe that's who he's talking about.
that's crazy. So, what was the gist of their? I don't want to call it a beef, but what did the issue start at between these two? Who went at? Like, who went at who first?
Well, honestly, Dreamers Pro. If you ever seen some of his takes, sometimes he gets real animated, and he was
Mm-hmm.
kind of calling he was calling Gilbert, like a buffoon, the names, which is, it ain't right to do all that. But I
Oh,
mean,
really?
yeah, yeah, he did. And I remember this is a while back, but with Gilbert he waited a while. Like this is not the first time he made videos like that. And Gilbert waited, and he just said, you know what, I need some content.
And spanked them.
And came at him and probably maybe threw him a bone. I don't know how he was thinking, but Gilbert he'll troll you. He like a mini 50 Cent. So um he responded to him, and he was basically like saying, you, like most of the athletes say, you don't know the game. And he was breaking down his takes on his channel, on his platform, and rightfully so. For someone like us, we can only go off of what we can find, right? What's
Or
on
the
the
eye
internet,
test,
what we
or the
right.
eye test,
The
right?
eye test, what we can read in articles, what we can read in newspapers, what we can read on the internet, and of course, from us being around, we young veterans in this game, we've seen a lot of sports and games and series, so we have a lot of knowledge over time. So, but we, of
As
course, we're
well
not
as
going.
played the game. Some of
Yeah,
us has actually played the
yeah,
game, just a different level. So, when we talk about X's and O's, when we talk about certain things and just the vocabulary and the language of basketball, i- i- you know, it's definitely all cap when it comes to these pros with their approach on us. That's a fact.
yeah. It was interesting. He was breaking, basically tearing apart his premises with factual stuff that we wouldn't have access to,
So,
contracts.
so Gilbert
Um,
was kind of doing reactions to Dreamers Pro videos.
yep, yep.
That's crazy. He
And he was
spanked him,
he
and
was eating
I
it
would have
up.
never known. I would have never known if you wouldn't have told me that Dreamers Pro be taking shots, like making that type of content, because Rashid is a smaller content creator, but he's called Dreamers Pro out. I've reached out to Dreamers Pro trying to get like a face off or one-on-one situation with him and Rashid, but he was just always on some Hollywood shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's funny to see him try to clout chase off of Gilbert Arenas, but he wound up getting spanked. That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, he apologized about name calling, and Gilbert didn't go wild.
Really? Yo
Yeah,
made him apologize?
yeah, he apologized, and then Gilbert didn't go hard on him. He just broke down all the stuff that he was wrong at and gave him factual information. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that hurts more than you disrespecting or violating that type of guy. Because Charles thinks he's a Mr. Know-it-all. You know what I mean? And shout out to Dreamers Pro, because their platform, I like the
Yeah,
platform. I like how he titles his videos. Everything is intriguing. Thumbnails. I like his setup. He got a nice little situation. But when it comes to the actual takes from him, it always leave, people up for debates and stuff like that. And that's really what sports talk is all about. But he is one of those guys, in my opinion, that, takes the angle of being a Mr. Know-it-all. You know what I'm saying? And when you get kind of humbled in public of being shown what you don't know, that could really hurt more than anything. So I like how Gilbert Arenas took that approach or that angle of breaking
Yeah,
this man down instead of, going back and forth calling names and stuff like that. Gilbert is a savage. You called it, like, he's a troll and he know how to get to you. But I never I saw a little bit of like thumbnails and stuff between these two parties, but I never watched or knew the history. So that's
yeah.
crazy, bro.
It just happened when he dropped it. I guess it just within this past few days. But you know, I mean, he kind of threw it. Like I said, I've mentioned 50 Cent, and you remember how 50 Cent was back in his day. He throw you a jab and see if you respond. So
Yep, yep, yep.
maybe he likes the platform and say, hey, let's see if he gonna respond. He did.
That's
He
crazy.
responded. But
BA is in the building. BA, if you can join us, bro, join us real quick because you actually created this topic in the group chat. So we kind of was just talking about that, and we said we was going
yeah,
to talk about it again the next time you was able to join us. So if you're free,
definitely.
come pop
The
up
main
on
thing
us
I'm
real
trying to
quick.
that I ended up bringing up it was that I didn't like how I don't necessarily feel maybe Gil was trying to say we can't talk a little bit. He's basically throwing his expertise in the air, but I don't feel like they should say we can't talk. Like we cannot analyze the game, talk about the game. These conversations are going to happen anyway.
In
Barbershop,
the barbershop, like, yeah,
right? These the same
and you're
thing.
right. I don't think it's a problem at all. I think it's Hank, and just like I do, because we are fans of watching, all levels of sports talk. It's your delivery.
Yeah,
When you have a following and when you're talking and creating these videos and when you're delivering your message like you've played the game or coached the game or you know what it takes to make a team, like, some of these guys are real weird with their delivery of their message, and that's what I think it rubs people the wrong way because I don't have to play the game of basketball to be able to watch the game of basketball and know that you're good or you're not good.
yep,
But if
definitely.
I'm pushing to my people how you don't play or how serious you don't take the game, this, that, and the third, and I've never made a team in my life, like, it does seem kind of weird. So I get both sides, to be honest.
Yeah, I get both sides of it, but it's just I feel like to be honest with you, I feel like they come into our space and telling us to
For
shut up.
sure. For sure. For sure.
This is a space that was created for content creators, especially once Google, YouTube got sued. Remember,
Mhm.
I don't know if people remember everything used to be on YouTube. You can go find all type of music, all type of movies
Yep.
for free.
Shit
And once
changed. Shit
they
changed.
did that lawsuit, they gave it to people to create on their own, and that's what birthed us taking it from the barbershop to the online
To the
to the
internet.
stream.
So let me ask you this, Hank. Do you think the level of respect for the mainstream media has? Do you think they got any respect for the new media, the Draymonds and other guys like that? Because it's clear that people that got these podcasts, Draymond Green, Gilbert Arenas, they have impact because they got the people. But do you
Correct.
think that the mainstream media respect them as media outlets? Because when it first started kicking off, I don't think like people like Stephen A. Smith and these other
Mhm.
mainstream personalities feel threatened at all
No,
by
no.
anything that goes on the internet. So do you think that there's a level of respect there between mainstream and the quote unquote new media?
I think they just started to do it because before it was like a fad, right?
Hmm.
This is just like technology. A lot of people don't catch on until it's too late.
Right.
And the ESPNs and all that, they're starting to catch on to it now and within the last few years.
I
But
think Kwame
you
Brown
know,
had a lot to do with that. What you think?
oh, definitely. I mean, but JJ's Reddick's podcast been around for a minute. He's one of the originators of the athletes doing it, at least the basketball players.
Yeah, you
You know,
definitely have people. You have people that got stability in the game, but JJ Redick has never had a episode with impact like Kwame Brown was, like, day in and day out going at people, being like he was a trending topic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like mainstream media has to look at that because Kwame was building a damn fan base in the league. You feel me?
right? That what Matt Barnes and them is doing, what Pat McAfee, that's football, but Pat McAfee, what he's done, what he's built, all that is IP. Not to
Right.
mention other platforms like we'll go out of sports like a Joe Budden or Gilly in was there's the millionaire what they call it
$1 million
their
worth of
podcast.
game. Yeah,
Yeah, Million
with
Dollar Worth
Gilly
Game.
and
They
Rock.
talk sports and stuff on there too. So they see what they're doing. Not to mention what people are doing on Twitch, like Kai Cient, and they're having more followers and more views than Sports Center.
Yep, that's a fact.
So now they gotta respect it. You
I
know,
could dig it. BA, what's up, brother?
Hey, Seven,
What's going on?
salute. What's happening?
Salute, bro. We just had it real quick, not too much, man. Just a couple minutes. We wanted to chop it up on a topic or two. Something that you had brought up to the group chat. We were talking about new media versus content creators, how there's a level of disrespect. And like when you got a show like Cameron and Mace, pretty hot show, and they do sports topics. BA, do you think the mainstream media take those platforms serious though?
Nah, they don't take them serious, but I mean they should because a lot
For
of
sure.
times now the sources are popping up on those platforms first heard before they're even going to the major networks. So it's a lot of major networks, believe it or not, actually watching. They are watching them. And if something is interesting, they take them and then they talk about it on the national scene. But not too many people are watching national sports talk no more. And I think I asked you this a while back, Seven. When was the last time you sat down and watched Sports Center or watched watch first?
You definitely did. You definitely did. You
And
definitely did.
It was a real question because I know personally I watched the clips on YouTube, but I haven't watched Sports Center like live, like when younger growing up. You feel me? Watching it all the time. As an adult, for I want to say for a good 6-7 years I haven't been watching them like that, bro. I haven't watched them.
I think mainstream media as a whole has really damaged the relationship with them and player personnel because you alluding to it, BA. We getting all the exclusives from the content creators, like these athletes, like the Kevin Durant's and stuff. They don't necessarily be going to CNN and all these big old platforms to do interviews. Like depending on who they rock with, you'll low key see them get an exclusive. And I think that's the beautiful thing about the content creators on the internet. We are really getting some exclusive news and info from the horse's mouth before the mainstream media gets to it, because it seems like the players don't respect the mainstream media enough to allow them in like they used to.
Yeah, it's crazy because remember all the sit downs back, I would say 2010 and prior, or 2012 and prior, right? All the sit downs with these athletes and superstars and even celebrities too would be with these with these big networks. So if we want to hear somebody speak, we got to wait till they speak to Stephen A. Smith
or Rachel Nicholson or Chris Haynes. Yep.
And now we're watching sport. All the smoke and all of these other platforms, they getting these players right, and they talking to them, and they're giving them juicy information. And then now the bigger syndicated shows on television are grabbing. They're like, oh, via all the smoke. This is what so-and-so said. It never used to be like that, bro.
Yep.
Even down to the Dreamers Pro Gilbert Arenas level, because you now have regular content creators tapped in with athletes, and you're getting content from an athlete that the athlete is not given towards the mainstream media. So even on a Dreamers Pro level, we are helping, build, the buzz on the internet. It's wild. What's your reaction, BA, to the whole Dreamers Pro Gilbert Arenas back and forth? Because Hank just broke it down to me.
To me, it's hilarious. This is good content to laugh at. That's it. Both of them have good points. Both of them don't have so good points. It is a glass half full type, glass half full, glass half empty ordeal, due to the fact that Gilbert Gilbert made he made some great points on speaking on it and bringing it to the light. Like, yo, I don't like the way you calling this out. Let me break you down. But then when you go to Dreamers Pro, had a rebuttal, and he kind of decoded how a lot of times Gilbert Arenas, when he does talk about certain things, he misconstrued things, and then he pushes that goalpost back a little bit.
Yeah.
Which was
So
dope.
hold up. So Charles had rebuttals for Gilbert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Oh, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Gilbert body shit. Like I'm thinking Gilbert like spanked him, like not disrespectfully, but like poked holes in all his stories, and that was that.
Yeah, it was one thing in particular. I don't quote me, but it was something about winning championships and players wanting to win and players not wanting to win. I guess Gilbert misconstrued something he said about him being only about money opposed to being about winning.
Winning a championship.
And winning a championship, and old boy from Dreamers Pro was like, hold up, I did not say that. Let's go back to here. This is what I broke down. And it was you gotta go watch that, bro. You gotta go watch it. It was actually
I'm going to the group chat. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna go because I don't really Dreamers Pro, like I respect his platform. I like the setup, how they got everything, thumbnails, the titles, everything is intriguing, but he just too Hollywood for me. I was telling Hank, that's Rashid's arch enemy. Like Rashid, he makes all his content now, it seems like off of Dreamers Pro. Like
is that who he talking about?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. That's Rashid in our group chat, Sports to the Wire. He got a new channel too called Brooklyn. Like he
does not like him. He doesn't like him at all.
Bro. And it ain't about nothing, bro. You would have really thought somebody did something to somebody. It ain't about nothing.
Yeah,
but my man Rashid, he be chasing it. He ain't playing.
I sat up there and watched Rashid for like 30 minutes go crazy. He talking about, right BA. I'm like, nah, I'm not in this. That's y'all.
No, that nigga, bro. I fuck with Rashid, bro, but he don't play with that goddamn Dreamers Pro, bro. I swear to God, yo, every day he tagging them in the titles and all that, yo.
He said he was in Gil's chat. He said he was in Gil's chat heavy. So that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's probably him.
Yeah, exactly.
Rashid,
you don't
bro.
like him.
He's dangerous, bro.
Yeah,
that
man.
Is so crazy.
So I thought go ahead.
No.
No, I was telling BA, we were saying, like, I don't know if you heard, but that, basically that I felt like they attacking the content creators as far as not wanting us to talk. If we're not professional, if we're not the journalists, if we don't work for the big block letters, if we're not former athletes, we shouldn't be talking.
Yeah. So this is what I will say. I have to play devil's advocate to a certain extent because I understand. A lot of times when they talk about media, usually you have to be a journalist to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. Like meaning you have to do your research and your due diligence of their research. A lot of people do not do that. They just has shock value, and I'm going to give you my opinion about something that I really don't know too much about, and that's an issue to a lot of the mainstream television big networks. They don't like that because they're not getting viewed as much as the actual bloggers and bloggers are.
But Hank is saying the players don't like it either. Like the Draymond Greens and the Paul Georges, like these guys that's coming up in our realm. Yeah. It's like they don't have like that same level of disrespect that they have for the Skip Baylesses and the Stephen A. saying if you ain't played this sport, you can't really talk about it. They got the same type of energy Hank is saying for us.
So with that in particular too is I look at it similar to battle rap, right? When a lot of media is compromised. And I'm not even just talking about the bigger networks, but I'm talking about even to platforms like ours. I'm not saying this particular platform.
No, I got you.
A lot of YouTubers are compromised. They will get in good with a certain basketball player, with certain basketball players, and might have them on their platform. But when those basketball players mess up or not doing something right and something blows up and all of that stuff, they don't speak about it when they should. So that's a big thing. I don't know how to put it into words, but
You know, I feel you because you're talking about the credibility of the platform, and there's no. It's like you can be bought out. You're not. You don't stand on shit. Like, so you're not going to get respect because you don't tell it like it is, good or bad, and you that's a fact. A lot of content creators fall behind that gun because they chasing clout and they chasing followers.
yeah, and that's that's something to me that's a journalistic integrity. You have to have that, or I don't say you can do whatever you want to, but if you want to be genuine and you want to and you really want to be about talking about whatever culture that you're talking about, you got to have some type of integrity. If I'm in the league and I say, yo, Seven, I'm gonna give you this exclusive interview, yada yada yada. Seven, you line it up, you do the interview, and I'm giving you all of this good stuff. ESPN, everybody taking your stuff, but then I'm out here in the streets at the strip clubs. I got these fake lighter guns. I'm up here doing crazy stuff. Hey, my production went down tremendously. I expect you to say something about it on your platform. And if I get mad at you for actually talking about a fact, something that's actually happening, I can't get mad at you because that's on me. But a lot of media, they're like, man, I can't, don't say nothing. I can't say, because he might send me some shoes. He might be able to hook me up with this job opportunity with so-and-so, because I ain't never seen this amount of money ever in my life. And I've never been cool with a celebrity or an NBA player. And to me, that's kind of crazy to me.
Well, they say some of the journalists that work for the big companies do that too. They
do.
They'll protect those people when bad times happen. One thing I do that I've seen from Stephen A. Smith is when he was a journalist, he was going to write it.
That is that's my favorite thing about Stephen A. Smith. People can say, "Oh, he only talk about this." He not biased. He gonna talk about LeBron. He gonna talk about Kobe. He gonna say something about MJ, and then MJ gonna give him a call or a text and be like, "You tripping?"
It's happened. It's happened.
It's my job. It's my job. I gotta talk about it, and that's why I rock with him still to this day. I don't agree with everything he says, but you can tell that he's being brutally honest. And if somebody's not playing well, he gonna call you out.
Yep, he did to AI. Him and AI stopped talking for a while.
It took him a while to. It took AI to retire. You feel me? To understand. But is it
something?
A journalist.
Is it something to be said? Because like I don't never encourage you being an ass kisser. But if you are building a platform, or if you are growing a brand, and you do wind up having some type of rapport or relationship with someone that actually matters, do you have to compromise something to avoid blocking your blessings, so to speak, BA and Hank? Like, isn't there a balance that you have to have? Like, you should be telling everything like it is, but are there case-by-case scenarios where you would think maybe you may have to move different because now I'm getting opportunities and I'm getting money that I wasn't getting when I was out here freestyling this?
I go through this now. This is why a lot of the God tier battle rappers that I've had on my platform that I developed relationships with, Murder Mook, Arsenal, Lux, all of these people that are God tier, no BA, right? They know Get Your Bars on Media, but they get upset. They get upset with me because of I say you lost, or I say a round is debatable, or I don't think that round was that good. But what keeps me maintained and keeps my journalistic integrity in battle rap, which is way below sports, it's the certain terminology that I use. Because when I speak about something, I'm speaking about it. I'm not speaking about it from a biased standpoint or I'm trying
to violate. You're not trying to violate
whatever you got going on. I'm not. I'm telling you exactly. I'm not like, if a player doesn't do well, I'm not gonna be like, get this bum ass nigga off or this trash ass. I'm not saying that. I'm gonna be like, he's just not playing good. He's not that good right now, or he's not that good to me. That's how I'm gonna say it, and it's all about your wording from my perspective.
But let me ask you this, because we both come from this battle rap culture. And the reality of it is these niggas can't do nothing for our platforms. Like they are not even even the guard tier guys, they're not conditioned enough to really help us grow. But let's say, for example, these guard tier battle rappers who have know all about your platform. Let's say they had something to bring to the table that could help you grow. Would you reconsider how you're delivering content about them?
No, I would still stay in my lane. I can't go against the grain of what made me is in this culture is being me. So
Right.
just because I got a connection with you and you can hook me up with this job, I feel like I'm dropping my integrity because I'm not being disrespectful in the first place. If you lose, you lose. And you can't pay me to do that. You cannot pay me to do that, especially if I'm doing this for the love. But that's just me. If
No, I
it was
can
a
respect
sport,
that.
if it's sports and we dealing with millions of dollars, and people are like, yo, I need Clutch Sports need you. We gonna take care of your family. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna pay you about $250,000 a year, $300,000 a year. Hey, when something crazy happens, don't say nothing. That's a little different, but it's the same. And
Well,
that's
I'm glad you broke that
integrity
down.
goes. Yeah.
I'm glad you broke that down because, like, I was going to ask Hank, like, let's just say, Hank, hypothetically, because I know you got a lot of respect for LeBron, but let's say, a major platform offered you a life-changing situation for your family. And within this new opportunity, you really going to have to diss LeBron and go at LeBron. Like, if ESPN bring you on board and you know how it seems like they have their own agendas with certain players,
Right.
what if they put you under that umbrella and, basically, or let's say Skip Bayless, for example, changed your life, but you're going to be forced to do certain things that kind of go against how you gave it up. Are you selling out, or is that a smart move in your opinion?
Actually, what you're saying, that stuff probably does happen for real. Even both of the
Absolutely.
scenarios that you guys are saying,
Yeah.
they actually happen for real.
That's why Kobe is disrespected right now because they love him. Then they don't love him and they don't put him in no conversations no more.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it, man. It's all about how it's presented. I probably would want the other one that you're saying to be a like, for instance, like the Clutch Sports or something where you can't talk bad about them.
Yeah,
as your boy, than having to go against something that you don't believe in.
exactly.
If I believe in it, I'm cool. But I'd rather be. I wouldn't want that on me. I'd rather be free to speak how I want to, because once you take the money, your credibility, especially if it gets exposed, that you took the money, either way, whether it's the your way or Seven's way, if it gets exposed that you took that money, people are not going to respect you no more, and then your brand gets tarnished and diminished for good. You can't recover from that. Nothing you say is going to be taken seriously.
But a lot of times, Hank, we're talking about the same people that ain't going to do nothing for you. The same people opportunity will be the same people that won't be, if you didn't take it, you wouldn't get help from them anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. I definitely respect what y'all saying. You can't sell out. I respect that.
See, I used to get upset and angry when LeBron would be messing up, right? And the media would they would kind of like disregard a lot of the stuff that he was that'll be happening with him. And then they would start putting up these lists and they'll be like LeBron and MJ. They would, and then they'll bring in Kareem, Tim Duncan, Olajuwon, all these other people, but they wouldn't say Kobe name. But I understand it now. I understand that
because it's the narrative they pushing.
It's a certain narrative that whoever that I decide to give, whoever I decide to sign to, it's a certain narrative that they have to push that's going to bring in views in the way that they want to bring in views, etc. I got to abide by that if I do sign the contract and compromise myself.
Yeah. And sometimes it's bigger things at play. Like even with Gilbert Arenas, I watch a lot of his stuff. A lot of this USA stuff and all these different camps are the sneaker companies battling. So stuff like that. Maybe Nike, there was a rumor that him and Nike had a big problem before he died. So maybe they had something to play with, kill him in the narrative. Of course, NBA has something to do with it. Of course, we know he had legal trouble. I think that's the big reason why they pushed him out of the forefront of being the mega star, whatever, the face of the league, because of his troubles. Yeah. So stuff like that, they can absolutely diminish your value and your brand behind the scenes, and people won't even know if they casually looking.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all about who is all about who running the show for whatever company that you're working for. And this is the reason why this could be a whole nother subject or whatnot, but this is the reason why ESPN has had many different face changes, as I'm sure that you both know. It's because a lot of these people, when they give them these scripts and tell them to talk about this, they're like, yo, when we first started this, we were able to be to express our journalism ourselves and give our opinions. Now you're telling us not to talk about this and not to be ourselves and to talk about this and then disregard this, and like it says a lot, man. It says a lot.
Before we go to the next topic, let me ask you this, BA. Let's say ARP reaches out to you and offer you a monthly stipend that exceeds what you're making on YouTube, social media, whatever you're making from your content. He's offering to cut you a stipend every month that exceeds that amount. If you was to be part of Rare Breed Entertainment as their main media outlet,
yeah,
would you feel like you're selling out, or you're not doing the due diligence if you really need to be talking all positive, or even everything negative you try to spin it positive for RBE? Is that selling out?
Yeah, to me it's selling out. Either way, to me it's selling out. It's selling out across the board once you do that, to me. But to keep it 100, if it was something that's life-changing, a life-changing opportunity, why not? I would be the URL, the RBE Jay Black.
Jay Black.
Jay Black used to go to every RBE event, used to help host and everything. But once URL put him under that contract, he still talks about it. He still talks about RBE stuff. He just don't go to the events, but he still promotes. And that will be me, but that'll be me via RBE.
I got you. All right, fellas. One more thing before we get up out of here. BA, me and Hank was talking about the Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks going down right now. Milwaukee is up by 8. A minute left to go in the third. LeBron did not play. Austin Reeves did not play. Damian Lillard, the points is up there, but he ain't playing good tonight, bro.
Man, this is a new experience, and it's preseason. I don't care about preseason like that.
Here
yeah,
you go.
I know.
Disrespecting the game again.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if we are talking about we want to see how the role players adjust, then I'll rock with it. But if we're talking about starting fives, I don't care how the starting fives really play like that during the preseason. They got a month. They got a month from late October to early December to get a real grasping of what the team is really going to look like, possibly when the games count. When the games count,
crazy. Hank, I got to ask you the $1 million question. Is chemistry not one of the biggest important factors in this Milwaukee Bucks experience for this year? How important is chemistry going to be? Huge, right?
I mean, chemistry is important in any championship team, definitely. At least on the playing field, on playing court, rather.
Yeah.
So when you have a new nucleus like Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo, BA is sitting here disrespecting the preseason like you can't use this time to figure out the chemistry.
Chemistry is hard. That you can't figure out chemistry like that during preseason. Why? Because the players, the lineups, and everything is totally different. We are not worried. We're not worried. Preseason is not about the starters, bro. It's about the role players and who they're gonna keep on their team. The chemistry comes through
normally, generally, yes, generally, yes. But this isolated situation with Dame and Giannis, like for the most part, we're 4 games in already in the preseason. This is the first time they've been on the court together. I think they need all of that. They don't even have a solidified head coach. They need all the time together as possible.
Yeah, why not let them play the whole game then? Like a regular season game.
Because you don't want to the injury factor.
Exactly. So that means, going back to my point, Stephen, Going back to my point, it's hard to build chemistry with playing 10 to 12 minutes in a game. How can you build chemistry like that, bro?
How can you build it playing 0 minutes?
Training camp. And then at the regular season, like I said, when opening night starts, you have that month. You're not that first month of the season is when that actual chemistry really builds. You know this, Seven. You know this with starters, with the starters.
I wanted to do some deep dive on maybe we all can look into some records, but RJ, what's his name? That's another person that has a basketball podcast. Richard Jefferson.
Oh yeah,
he brought it up on the ESPN show that the preseason does equate to winning in the regular season, but he said also mainly teams that need to, like for instance, Sacramento last year, they sucked. They used the preseason to get ready and came to the season with the chemistry, a balance, and the flow, and it went through the whole season. And he gave
one of the best offenses in the league last season.
Yeah, because do you remember last season they were playing their preseason like they were regular games, bro? They wasn't really focusing on they bench like that. They were trying to get their starters in line. It wasn't no 12-minute, 13-minute games.
Where did it take them though, BA? Where did it take them?
We are talking. I think we are having two different arguments, or we're meeting right now in the middle. If you're gonna play a preseason game and you want that camaraderie and all of that to be together or whatnot, to come together, should I say, then you need to play a whole game. You need to play them like you need to play these games like you would play a regular season game.
No.
13 minutes is not going. You're not going to develop chemistry like that, bro. It's going to
Anthony Davis. Does Anthony Davis have to play a whole game?
He's gonna have to play at least 30 minutes or so. If this is a new team that you got to play about 30 minutes. Or
that's what I'm saying. Everything matters when you're dealing with a new situation. Sacramento was just new to winning, but that team wasn't that brand new. Like they were together. What I'm saying is Giannis and Dame, two superstars, two guys who have never in their NBA career played with another player on that caliber like they have now.
Yes.
How can you tell me that preseason can't help them guys as far as the chemistry go?
Because they don't play long. They're not going to be on the court long enough with each other to actually do that.
You got the competition. That's how is a half of basketball not good enough to?
It's not a half of basketball. Lose jobs, but it's not. It's fit. We're talking 12 to 18 minutes, bro. It's 48 minutes in a game, bro.
Right. This in the first half of you're not. But what I'm saying is, even in a regular season game, you're not going to max out playing, for the most part, you're not going to max out playing 24 minutes in the first half as a player.
You're not.
Unless you're like the face of the team.
But you're going to play more than 10.
But you don't, I'm blown away that you think even 10 to 12 minutes isn't pivotal when we talk about chemistry.
It's sample size. It's a sample size. It's like a platter, and you got this large platter. You got your greens, you got your proteins,
lunch meat,
you got your fruits, all of that, and then you decide that I just want my not even the protein. I just want my fruits.
I get what both of y'all saying, right, from both sides of it. You saying no matter what, Seven, if you get in there, y'all gonna build some continuity. And BA, you saying, nah, you need to play the whole game if you want the whole rhythm to be right through the whole year.
Like Sacramento did last year, where they had their starters in preseason playing 25 to 30 minutes before the season started.
Though.
Preseason.
How many games is in preseason? 6 to 8?
Something like that.
Yeah, probably.
So if preseason was only 1 to 2 games, I could understand what BA is saying. We're talking about a sample size of 6 to 7 games. I think 1/2 of 6 games is definitely helpful.
You're not getting much but an eye test.
You know, that's what I live off of, right?
You're not really building. It's not, to me, it's not really building. You're not building real true chemistry. That true chemistry that you build is gonna be in training camp, and then preseason you're gonna play a little bits and spurts. But then in the regular season, that first month is where chemistry usually comes together, where you see what it is and you have a feel for where everybody's gonna be when it's competitive and it's actually real competition.
They've been building a culture, like RJ was saying. I forgot he said he played in Golden State right when Steph and Clay was coming into their own, and they built that culture. They played their whole preseason like that and took it into the regular season.
Yeah.
BA don't start no shit in this group chat the next 24 to 48 hours. If the Lakers lose tonight, don't talk that damn. Don't talk because these games don't matter. According to BA, this is all about nothing. No LeBron. But
So
right now, my guys are down by what 7?
Can I
11 minutes to
retract?
go in the fourth.
I want to retract and say this though. They don't matter to most teams, but they matter to some teams because of similar to what Hank was saying about Sacramento. You got some teams who are actually like who is it? The Timberwolves. I've noticed that they got them in the 20. They got them in like they got what's my guy name? My 2 guard.
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. They got Anthony Edwards playing 25 minutes or so, and they got them actually playing in them 20s. So that's a little different. So you do got some teams where it does matter because they really trying to put it together like that.
But he ain't no
But most
superstar.
teams, he on his way.
That's his team. That's
Exactly.
his team now.
It's a squad. And
They already
call-
said they're gonna trade Anthony. What's his name? They about to trade him
Cole
to the
Anthony
Knicks.
Towns?
Probably.
yeah, they're about to get rid of Cat possibly.
It makes
That's a
sense.
mistake. That's a mistake. That's a mistake, bro.
That's a mistake. Don't get rid of him.
Yeah, he's
Man.
a knucklehead, Joe. Anthony Edwards is a knucklehead. I'm telling y'all.
But he
He got game. He got game.
But he has a gift though, bro. He has a gift, and his gift is like his ceiling is crazy, way higher than Cat's. I think Cat has reached.
Oh
his
yeah,
ceiling.
for sure.
About to get Shaq out of there.
He did everything he can. We need to give him them extra 7-8 shots. He about to give him an extra 7-8 shots, so he can average 30.
He ain't got to worry
That's
about Gobert.
crazy.
He gonna get them shots.
Exactly.
Gobert doing his
Gobert
thing
don't
though.
even
I ain't even gonna lie. Like he swatting
even
shit.
look at the rim.
I'm impressed with him on the defensive end so far
Oh,
in these little couple
ooh.
games.
Quick question: Gobert, how many defensive MVPs? Defensive Player of the Years does he have?
You got
I want to
two.
say 3.
You got three?
I think he got 3. I think he got 3 as well. Does this with 3? Because not too many people got that many. Does that make him one of the greatest defensive centers of all time?
You got to put him in.
Bro, that's a perfect question, and I would say no because there's no fear factor with this boy.
Yeah, that's what he wants to
No, it seems no one fears him. No one fears him.
But he makes some change. He been making people like when Utah was on that run where they were getting to nowhere because they didn't. Sorry, Spider Mitchell. I know people gonna say Spider Mitchell, but when Utah kept getting to the same spot every year, he was one of those guys that altered shots. He altered shots.
Yeah, that's a fact. But
Because Dwight Howard, 3 of them too. Dwight Howard is 3 of them as well.
Yeah,
but the
Ben
white give
Wallace.
you offensive impact.
Ben Wallace too. Ben Wallace. I'm not
Hall
even
of Famer.
talking about offensively. I'm just saying because Ben Wallace got 3 of them.
But
He
those
wasn't an
guys to
offensive
me,
player.
What about the
those
Kimbe?
guys to me, I believe Rudy
Kimbe got
Gobert was
2.
respected. I just
He
don't
got
see
2.
nobody being afraid of him. Even with 3 defensive player of the years. I just never, you don't even hear his name. Like I don't know what it is. It's just maybe because he's not American.
But it's crazy that I'm hearing this narrative about people not afraid of him, but he really be having people pump faking everything. People don't
he
just go look
about
for him.
his business. He about his business.
I think they put the
Maybe
numbers
got
up. He
that
does
Danny
make a
Myers
difference.
effect.
I think that he is one of the greatest defensive centers that we've ever seen. I think so.
I got to look at the numbers, bro. I got to look at the numbers. I really do.
Yeah, I think he
All right,
is.
fellas. Hank, I know you got to go in a few, so I'm about to go ahead and sign off for the night. BA, thank you for coming through, joining us as always, family.
Yes, sir.
As always, I appreciate y'all, man. And I just want to
Sure.
say, Wembanyama, he looking amazing right now.
Man,
That's a
you
whole
see that
nother
dunk?
subject. Yo,
Bro,
yeah.
you
When
see
he
both of them, both
lobbing,
hands, bro, lobbing from the 3-point line. Look, bro, we going next. Hopefully, we can link up maybe Wednesday, bro. We got to talk.
we
about
got to talk
Wembanyama,
about
bro.
him.
We got to talk about
specifically.
Wembanyama, bro.
He dunked
Yeah.
over my man from the Lakers last year. Over him.
Thomas Bryant, you see his face? Nah,
What?
nah.
That's a cheat code, man.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
this boy.
saying.
That's all I've been hearing all day. This nigga's a cheat code.
Yo, and Scoot looking good too.
They said the
Scoot
same
looking
thing.
good,
Yeah.
too.
Hey, I
Well,
ain't
you
gonna
know
lie.
they
I
got
probably
both
made
of
him in
them.
my game before in my NBA 2K. I probably made him before some.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
You know they had both of them ranked. ESPN got them ranked above Russell Westbrook. Y'all agree with that?
Who,
no,
Wemby?
I don't
Scoot
agree.
and Wembanyama. They got both of them ranked over Russell Westbrook.
I don't agree with
Nah.
that. Maybe
These people.
next year. Maybe next year. Right now, I just out of respect to Russ and
Yeah.
see what he did with, especially with what he did with the Clippers last year in the
Yeah.
playoffs. How he led
Yeah.
that team for real. I can't. They not leaders like that yet. They not.
And
they
the
not-
only reason he looked halfway bad in with the Lakers is because it was the wrong place for him to play. It wasn't his team. You know, he couldn't really run the system the way he wanted to. He kind of alluded to that. Once he got to the Clippers, you seen.
look at seven.
Yeah.
No, because
Seven, we not doing this.
y'all,
Seven.
I'm not.
You
But
know,
let it go.
Seven, you know it. You know it was the wrong team
You
for
know,
him.
because my problem with this thing, Hank, when it come to Russell and the Lakers, I will agree it was the wrong move, but it was the only move to be made to
No, it
compete.
wasn't. That's okay. I gotta go.
DeMar
You-
DeRozan
go.
and Buddy Hield
Listen,
together.
I'm going to do my homework, and you're going to find me in this group chat in the next 24 hours going back into who was available when LeBron opted to vouch for Russell Westbrook. I promise you, there was no one available better than a former MVP to put on your team when you're going to have to compete with the
Bro,
likes of
And
James
tell
Harden,
me if I'm
Kyrie
wrong.
Irving,
I
and
don't
Kevin
think
Durant.
they would have had to trade, let go of Alex Caruso.
They
Who was
didn't have
Alex
to.
Caruso? Offensive liability. Give me
A
Austin
defensive
Reeves all day.
stopper. If y'all didn't have Caruso, y'all don't win a championship in the bubble. Just like if y'all don't have Dwight Howard or
Oh my
any one of those dudes,
God.
y'all don't win
My man from Denver,
Wait,
play for the Pistons.
yeah, you just won a championship. What's Caldwell Pope?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you
Paul
just sit up
Pope.
here and
Y'all don't
say
win a
on that
championship without him
microphone?
either.
Yeah, KCP. Everybody has a job to do. Let's not act like because guys do their job, they won the championship. This was these guys get paid for. They did their job. Yes, they did
They
their
don't
job.
do their job.
But we're
they
not
don't
going to sit up
win.
here and say
If
without
they don't
Alex
do nothing,
Caruso,
they
they
don't
wouldn't
win.
have won that chip.
KCP. KCP was
If
like,
they don't do their job, you don't win.
and shout out to
LeBron-
Lethal Shooter who was training KCP to be a better shooter. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
exactly.
Who?
Lethal Shooter.
What's
Lethal
the-
Shooter.
Who's lead?
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot his
Lethal
name.
Shooter. Yeah, shout out to Lethal Shooter.
I forgot his
Shout out to
actual
Lethal
name,
Shooter.
but yeah. Come
I got
on now,
something for
man.
y'all. I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all. Y'all want to play with me on this hat? I got y'all. So from people, man, salute to the NBA community, man. We are signing off. Make sure y'all follow my brothers Hank with Sports Game Vision all on social media. And of course, my brother BA would get your bars up on social media, man. I'm Seven Mitchell with the Best of Seven Sports Talk. We'll be back with you guys sometime this week to chop it up about Victor Wembanyama and the rest of the NBA. You guys stay safe. I'm out. Hank, be safe, my G.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, peace, fam.